Welcome to Gab Sessions with Stephanie Marie, aka Gabby. This is a space where we talk business, growth, and the messy middle of entrepreneurship, with a little real life mixed in. Every week, I'll bring you clarity, confidence, and momentum to help you create your version of success. Grab your coffee and let's dive in. There are 12 days until Christmas, and instead of adding more to the list of pushing harder, I want to invite you to something simpler today. One way of being just one. Hey there, welcome back to Gab Sessions with Stephanie Marie, aka Gabby. It's Saturday, December 13th, which means we are officially 12 days away from Christmas. We're also wrapping up the 90-day CEO sprint, closing out the year, and finishing a season of daily podcasting that has been full of growth, reflection, and real life. Next year, this podcast shifts to twice a week, not because we're doing less, but because we're doing things more intentionally, with more space, more depth, more alignment, and that's really what today's episode is about. Before I share the invitation for today, I want to pause for a moment and talk about where the idea of the 12 days of Christmas actually comes from, because it's not what most of us grew up thinking. Historically, the 12 days of Christmas weren't a countdown to Christmas. They were a celebration after Christmas. This tradition goes back to medieval Europe, where the 12 days began on December 25th and ended on January 6th, known as Epiphany. It was meant to be a season of rest, reflection, generosity, and togetherness, not rushing, not proving, not finishing everything. Over time, modern culture flipped that idea. We turned the 12 days into pressure, deadlines, expectations, a race to get everything done before Christmas. But originally, the spirit of season was the opposite. It was about letting joy linger, letting the season unfold, letting people rest after the big moment instead of sprinting toward it. And when I think about that, especially as we close the 90-day CEO sprint, the year, and this season of daily podcasting, it feels like an important reminder. These 12 days don't need to be something we conquer. They can be something we experience. So instead of 12 things to do, I want to offer this. What if today you practice just one way of being all day long? Not perfectly, not performatively, just intentionally. Here are a few options. Choose the one that feels right for you today. You might choose to be gentle today. Gentle with your energy. Gentle with your expectations. Gentle with yourself when things don't go exactly as planned. Or maybe today is about being present. Noticing the lights, noticing the sounds, noticing the people around you, letting yourself be fully aware of where you are. Maybe today is about closing one small loop, not everything, just one thing that's been quietly weighing on you. Or maybe today is about creating ease, choosing the simpler option, wearing the comfy clothes, letting good enough actually be good enough. And maybe today is about reflecting. What did this 90-day sprint teach you? What worked? What didn't? What are you proud of, even if no one else saw it? As I've been thinking about this transition, ending the sprint, closing the year, and shifting the podcast rhythm, one thing keeps coming back to me. We don't need more pressure. We need more presence. Not presence, but presence. Daily podcasting was a season. It served its purpose. And now we're stepping into something more spacious and intentional. That's growth too. So here's your invitation for this Saturday with 12 days until Christmas. Pick one way of being today. Let it guide how you move and let it be enough. You don't need to do all the things. You don't need to finish everything. You don't need to prove anything. You are allowed to land this season gently. You've got this. Your version of success is exactly right for you, and that's how it's meant to be. Thanks for listening to Gab Sessions with Stephanie Marie. If today's episode gave you clarity, confidence, or momentum, hit subscribe and share it with a friend who needs it too. Want to go deeper? You can join me inside Business Growth Society or email me at stephaniemarie@gabbyandcompany to see how we can work together. Remember, Stop overthinking, start building, and create your version of success. I'll see you next time.